Hello and welcome to my channel Dare to Dream It. Today I am with you with a very new topic, sentences, and we are going to use these sentences in a magic way, and we are using these sentences in a spoken English. So friends, here we go. Friends, before we move further, let's know something about the types of sentences. So here we go. The first sentence is a declarative sentence or a assertive sentence. The second one is imperative sentences. The third one is interrogative sentences. And the fourth one is exclamatory sentences. So friends, we are going to move on the definition and some of the examples of each type of sentences. Declarative or assertive sentence. A declarative sentence is the most basic type of sentence. Its purpose is to relay information and it is punctuated with a period. For example, the boy walked home. I love honey. He wants to eat cookies, but he doesn't know how to make them. As you can see, these sentences make statements whether of fact or opinion. Declarative sentences can be simple, as in the first two examples, or compound, as in the final example. They can also be in any tense, as long as they do their basic job of presenting information. This makes them the most common sentence type. Interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences interrogate or ask questions. These are direct questions and they are punctuated with a question mark. For example, why does the sun shine? Whose dog is that? Will Sherry get to keep all her lottery winnings? Many interrogative sentences start with questions, words like how or why, but others are yes or no questions, but begins with the verb instead of the noun. It is important to remember that interrogative sentences still require a noun and a verb to be complete. Exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are like declarative sentences in that they make a statement instead of asking a question, but their main purpose is to express strong emotions. They are easily recognized because they end in an exclamation point instead of a period. For examples, I said I wanted a burger instead of pizza. How well she sings. Wow, he just won a gold medal. Notice that each one of these examples contains both a subject and a verb, which is still a requirement for a complete sentence. Exclamatory sentences are often used in casual conversation and in written dialogue to show emotions, but they are not typically useful in academic or expository writing. In this in these more serious works, it's better to make your point with well-written declarative sentence instead. Imperative sentences. Imperative sentences do not simply state a fact but rather tell someone to do something. These can be in the form of friendly advice, basic instructions, or more forceful commands. For example, please shut the door to keep out the insects. Turn left at the bridge. Stop bothering me. Many imperative sentences end in periods, but some of the more forceful demands may end in an exclamation point to highlight the emotion. You can identify an imperative sentence because it appears to be missing a subject. However, the command of each imperative is directed at you, making these sentences second person. The subject of the sentence may be omitted, but it's called you understand because the reader is aware that his sentence would be written as you do this or you do that. Friends, up to now we have seen a grammatical sentences, types of sentences, but that is not our main topic. The main topic is magic tricks for spoken English. Now, I have some sentences for you, and I am going to change these sentences in different types of sentences. So let's start. Begin with a very simple sentence. I am a student. Okay, so I want to say it in a negative form. Okay, I want to say the same sentence in interrogative sentence. So we have to just add a not in front of am, and I'm going to tell a same sentence with an interrogative sentence. So I am not a student. Now I want a question. In a spoken English, generally we want a statement, then we want some negative sentences, we want sometime a question. So taking one sentence, we can convert this sentence into negative, we can convert the same sentence as a question. Okay, so the simple sentence in front of you, I am a student, I am not a student, am I a student? And answer is yes, I am a student. So we are going to practice the same thing by taking different type of sentences. So let's ready with me. In spoken English, we are going to start with simple present by using helping verb. The first sentence is I am a boy. So we are going to change this sentence into interrogative sentence. So we have to say I am not a boy. So we want a question. So we have to say am I a boy? And the answer is yes, I am a boy. No, I am not a boy. Now I am a grown up. Friends, in these four sentences, we are going to use only the sentence and we are changing only words and creating a different types of sentences in different form. The first sentence is I am a boy. The second is I am not a boy. In this sentence, we add just not in front of a am. And the next one is am I a boy? We are using am in front of I and we create a question. Am I a boy? And then the answer is yes, I am a boy. No, I am not a boy. So generally in a spoken English, we need a statement, means a straight sentence. Then sometimes we have to say no. In that case, we need a negative sentence that is called interrogative sentence. Sometimes we need a question. So for that, we have a question also, and generally we have to give them an answer. Okay, for a question. So in that case, we have to give an answer in yes or no. Sometimes we are going to use a statement to give an answer. The similar one we are going to take in the next sentence. We are classmates. Okay, let's practice with me. We are classmates. So we are not classmates. Are we classmates? Yes, we are classmates. No, we are not classmates. The next one is you are a student. You are not a student. Are you a student? Yes, I am a student. No, I am not a student. He is a doctor. He is not a doctor. Is he a doctor? Yes, he is a doctor. No, he is not a doctor. The next sentence is she is a nurse. Now I am going to change the sentence in a negative by adding not in front of is. She is not a nurse. Then a question by using is. Okay. Is she a nurse? A rising tone and a question mark at the end. Is she a nurse? Yes, she is a nurse. No, she is not a nurse. The next sentence is having the same format. It is a dog. It is not a dog. Is it a dog? No, it is not a dog. Yes, it is a dog. They are teachers. They are not teachers. Are they teachers? No, they are not teachers. Sam is a good boy. So make it negative. Sam is not a good boy. Make it question. Is Sam a good boy? with a rising tone and a question mark. Give it an answer. Okay, yes, Sam is a good boy. No, Sam is not a good boy. Okay, the next one is Abir and Geeta are at home. Abir and Geeta are not at home. The next one is, are Abir and Geeta at home? A rising tone and a question mark. Answer, yes, Abir and Geeta are at home. Friends, here we go with simple present tense by using main verb. Generally, we don't have an idea that we have two types of sentences. The first one is simple present by using a helping verb, and the second thing is simple present by using a main verb. Now, in front of you, some sentences are given. The first one is I speak English. Here, helping verb is not given. So, if you want to make it negative, then we have to use something. So, friends, here the trick begins, and we know where to use do, where to use does, and how to convert these sentences into a negative and a question. So let's start with me. I speak English. Okay, now I want to say no. So I have to use do because the sentence is in simple present. So I have to use do because here helping verb is not present. Okay, so I have to say I do not speak English. I do not speak English. Then a question is, by taking the help of do you speak English? Do you speak English? And the second one is, do you not speak English? So you can use both the forms. And the answer is yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. So in the next sentence, the sentence is we play cricket. I have to say no. Then we have to once again use a do. We do not play cricket, or we don't play cricket. So if you want to raise a question, then use that do in front of we and say, do we play cricket? By using a rising tone and a question mark at the end. If you want to if you want to say a negative question, then say with that, do you not play cricket? The answer is yes, we play cricket. No, we don't play cricket. The next sentence is you speak Hindi. So want to say no, then use correct do. You don't speak English. And the question is, do you speak English? Answer is, yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. He walks in parks. Generally, friends, in front of he, she, it, we use yes in front of a verb. So here we have to use does. Okay, in front of do, if you want to make a plural of do, then O is there. That's why we have to add es in front of that. That's why we have to use does in that. So he walks in park and you want to make it negative. So you have to say he does not walk in park. Now we have to remove yes from walk because we add this yes to a do. That's why we have to say he does not walk in park. So make a question. So use that does in front of he. Does he walk in park? The answer is no. He doesn't walk in park. Yes, he walks in parks. The next sentence is you have to take special care while taking this type of sentences. Okay, especially he, she, and it. She talks in Marathi. She talks in Marathi. So once again, if you want to say no, then you have to use does. She doesn't talk in Marathi. Okay, And if you want to raise a question, then you have to say, does she talk in Marathi? But please be careful. If you use does, then remove yes in front of a verb. Does she talk in Marathi? The answer is yes. She talk. She talks in Marathi. No, she doesn't talk in Marathi. It wants to sleep. The next sentence is it wants to sleep. If you want to do it in negative, if you want to create this sentence into negative, if you want to change this sentence into negative, then once again you have to use does. It does not want to sleep. Big question. Does it want to sleep? Yes, it wants to sleep. No, it doesn't want to sleep. Please take a special care while using he, she, it, and this is the correct example of where to use does and where to use do. The next sentence. They read books. Make it negative. They do not read books. Make a question. Do they read books? Answer. Yes, they read books. No, they do not read books. The next sentence is by using a name of any person. Aryan drinks water. Now, once again, here in front of any name of any person, we use a s in front of a verb. So, friends, Aryan drinks water. Now, once again, if you want to say no, then we have to use correct. You are does in front of Aryan. Aryan doesn't drink water. Okay, so in a simple way, let me tell you, Aryan does not drink water. Then make a question. Does Aryan? Once again, let me remind you, does Aryan? You have to say does in front of any name. Does Aryan drink water? Please remember to remove a yes in front of a verb. Does Aryan drink water? Answer is yes. Aryan drinks water. No, Aryan doesn't drink water. The next sentence. Aryan and Abhi study hard. Here, friends, two main changes are given. In front of a one noun, we generally use yes, but for plural, we use a main word without yes. So in a simple statement, in a simple language, I have given you a very clear changes of the examples. Okay. So Aryan and Abir study hard. Now, once again, I want to say this sentence in a negative. Aryan and Abir do not study hard. Aryan and Abir do not study hard. Make a question. Do Aryan and Abir study hard? Yes, Aryan and Abir study hard. No, Aryan and Abir do not study hard. Friends, we are going to start this type of sentences by using simple past, by using simple future, then with a simple present, simple past, and simple future. And later on, we are moving on a present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. So please stay with me and please subscribe me and continuous watch this my channel Dare to Dream It, because I am going to give you a continuous series of this type of magic sentences. Thank you very much for watching me and thank you very much for being with me. Have a good day.